Hello, welcome to a series, Path of Achra. Achra sounds better. It's like okra, you know? Like you can't have a good gumbo without it, is what I understand. This is my gumbo series. I'm gonna be playing this game, and I want to set a couple of guidelines because I've made the mistake in the past of not doing that, setting guidelines for myself and for a series, and so things can kind of peter out, and people get annoyed with me sometimes, very occasionally. Most of my commenters are very civil. I appreciate you all, really. So here's the guidelines. I'm gonna keep this series going until two things happen. One is when the views dip below average 50. Okay, average 50. I'm being very transparent about this. I want to do all kinds of things. I want to record all kinds of games, but I also want to grow my channel, and time investment versus time whatever, you get it. Okay, 50 views, but there is a second contingency. I will keep the series going. I will continue to keep it going past that point until I get bored. Basically, until Path of Achra truly defeats me, and that has been known to happen because I am not the world's best roguelike player, and I've never pretended to be. I'm actually really god-awful at all of these games, but I have been known to improve over time, and if the series is successful, then maybe I will. So, Path of Achra. This is a great game. If you haven't checked it out, you should. It's incredible. It's got some very interesting things going on, and I don't really understand a lot of them. But I'm going to learn. I'll probably read a few things occasionally. Feel free to drop your tips and tricks in the comments, and I do read all the comments, despite the fact that I don't necessarily reply to all of them. So, we've got two cultures right now. We have the Nakui and the Strand, a wanderer of the eastern desert guarded by a loyal woolly beast. So this one comes with a beast. I'm gonna do this one for the sake of variety, because in my Let's Try video, which, by the way, I'm just gonna go ahead and shamelessly plug that. Go ahead and check out the Let's Try video I did for this game if you want to watch the first couple of playthroughs I did. I didn't play the Strand, basically. I played the Strand in my off time, and I kind of didn't like it, but it's only because I didn't necessarily understand it. Summon a number of nomad familiars. Okay, so this class is another summoner, so we're gonna go ahead and double down, but this one's per willpower to summoned allies, plus 10% life and plus 10 hit. Is this a summoned ally? Summon a loyal Tugar familiar. Yes, I think so. I think it counts as a ally. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the summoner, since they do kind of benefit their summoned ally. And then we have the God of War. Bloodshed rewards the amplification of rage. Or the God of Stoic Resolve and Honorable Combat rewards injury and perseverance, or Ashem, which is the pretty, standard one. Players grant healing and deal astral damage. Apply 3 grace to yourself, which is per stack, take -5 damage, deal 5 astral damage to the attacker on being attacked. That might not benefit me too much, but apply 2 blood rage, heal. Offers no initial blessing, but gives us extra strength. Prayers grant healing, purge effects, deal blunt damage, and perform extra attacks. Interesting. I guess I'll go with this one since it gives us some willpower, and we will benefit from that willpower because of our summoner per willpower to summon allies. We are going to be giving our woolly beast some extra some extra life and hit. So let's go ahead and do that. View possible enemies of the path. Well, entered the wilderness desiring life, thus desired asked for power, became more than power, eroded mountain, dead dune sea, rainbow star, hand of annihilation, of the splitting of every part. Phenomenology of the king fragment. That's a word and a half right there. So I think what I'll do is determines your maximum summoned allies. We'll go ahead and double down on willpower, just like right away. See what happens. We have, oh, you know what? I should move my desk a little bit around because I like to use the numpad. This game does support the numpad. I sure hope it doesn't disconnect and reconnect. It didn't, so we have great success. I'm gonna move away. I'm gonna wait a couple turns, see what happens. Oh, this is our summoned ally, Janin ally familiar. I'll move ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and double down again on willpower. I will start to take things like maybe like dodge and block and strength because those give us life. But honestly, I might do like willpower, dexterity, and vigor, since vigor is gonna give us a bit more life than strength. We want survivability and we want a good offense. Let's go ahead and I only know how to enter the door by clicking on it. I don't know the numpad key. Okay, that went well. Let's just enter. I'll use the mouse and numpad. You know, they're both good. There's our first bit of gear. Let's take our first bit of dexterity. And then we have our first gear. Mind mace. A mace wielded by a mind hunter of the salt waste. I don't know if I can equip my familiars. Oh yeah, and I did not at all take any of my powers, which I should do. Astrokinesis, astral element unknown, deal astral damage to the target. We could do that because does this do I don't know if that's based on willpower. Is any of this based on willpower? Willpower, something that is based on willpower would be very, very good. I don't know if it is. Let's look at willpower. 1% chance to recover from each harmful effect on game turn. Determines your maximum summoned allies. Is there, what about astro hunting? Teleport to the closest enemy. We don't really want to do that. What about shimmer gang? How many things will give us summons? Star cult. Apply meditate to yourself. On entrance, summon a number of star priests. Summoned amount equals 3 times skill level. Star priests are loyal acolytes of your personal cult that attack with ranged astral damage. Total summons limited by your willpower. Let's go for something like this. This seems like a good idea. But there's also like, you know, mirror image. We don't have to go for astral. I'm drawn to the purple because that's what we are. We're purple. Listen, I have simple you know, I work on a simple basis here. Let's see here. Deal astral damage. Let's just take Star Cult. We can also take Shimmer Gang. We'll learn this. How much is it to upgrade it? Costs 7 to upgrade it. We only have 5 points. Let's also learn Shimmer Gang. On entrance, teleportation, summon a number of astrophytes. Summon amounts equals, yeah, okay, let's learn that. We're gonna double triple down on summons right away, and I think that'll work out maybe. And then we have mind mace, resists psychic. On dealing blunt damage, 50% of the damage is dealt again as psychic damage. Well, that the fact that it has a resist might be worth taking. What do we have right now? 1 encumbrance and 1 weapon size. Oh, and then it also summons a familiar. Okay, so we should keep that. Oh, we have some more gear. Fire scythe, a glittering orange scythe wielded by an arch exorite of the burning lands. We can sacrifice these. These give us, that one gives us extra life. Empowers the scroll with accuracy, hit, and +1 block. Sure. And then let's sacrifice this one. That will give us more of the same. And we should do those because I think that this thing will benefit us long term. I don't know if maybe like hoarding your weapons to sacrifice onto a weapon that you have in the future is maybe a better play. What is this one? On dealing astral damage, 25% of the damage is dealt again to one enemy at 1 less range. So these are the, if you don't know, these are our potential levels to check out. We're going to want armor. We're going to want better armor. We're also potentially going to want a better, like we could take something like a shield would be kind of nice. Then we have things like this deals poison damage, resist astral, null curus. That seems really good. And also resist fire and astral, and plus 100 dodge. Whoa. Yeah, it apply 5 blind. That seems like like our play. These guys are weak to psychic, which I think we do. I don't know. I'd have to like really look through a lot of the books here. If there's one thing that I'm going to really struggle with in this series, it's going to be reading stuff, because I have a limit. I don't mind reading, but I find it hard to like go through the interface and try and figure out, like, I mean, we could do it, but like, for instance, are these guys doing psychic damage? What are they doing? Each point spent, no. So what does the star cult do, right? Star priests. How do I look at star priest stats? Right? It's tricky. So I'm just gonna roll the dice here a little bit, and we're gonna fight. I wanna get this robe of light. Seems really good. I like that. Plus 100 dodge, plus 10 armor. Seems good. Let's go there. If I'm lucky, I don't have to fight basically anything. If I'm lucky, if I'm doing things correctly. And so far that seems to be the case. We've got a lot of summons. They seem to be doing the job. I love the music in this game. It really takes me to a different time, Wow, our summons are doing a great job. I don't know, is it like safe for me to assume that things that are purple are doing psychic damage? Is psychic purple or is it yellow? Cleanses you of all harmful effects. We have good willpower. I want to double down on dexterity for that extra survivability. Maybe let me know, is this a game where I'm going to want to double down on my strengths, or buff my weaknesses so that I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, So this versus this robe. Wow, okay, yeah, this robe of the null curus is actually quite good, but this robe of light is fantastic. And we're just gonna go ahead and sacrifice this. This will give us, honestly, it basically gave us the stats that we were already getting from our current robe, which was like garbage. Apply one on shrug off. Apply one stasis to yourself. Deal astral damage to all enemies within it. I don't know how shrug off works. So I'm just gonna go ahead and commit to our robe of light. I think it's a good thing. I'm also gonna sacrifice this Veni spear. It's gonna give us a bit more oomph, maybe, to our scroll. That was pretty good. That was a good. Oh god, the tower is really hard for me to resist. So these guys are doing astral dancing. They do astral damage. Accuracy 100. These guys have a lot of life. They do just damage, pierce damage. I've already, I think, fought a couple of those, so that wouldn't be a big deal. These guys are resistant to fire and blood, but weak to ice. And they have one range. They're melee type dudes. These guys, Ice Modus. Ice Modus, what does that do? I don't know what that does. But they are range 1, so I shouldn't have to worry about them too much. These guys, range 3, weak to ice, immune to fire, basically, and lightning. Burning aura, burning touch, fire breath. What would we get? This one has resist fire and astral. It also gives us on dealing fire damage, which we don't do. This one, well, we don't really need robes, although getting robes is still good even if we have a good robe, because we can sacrifice things. This gives us resist poison, death, and blood, which might be a good idea. 2 stacks of any entangle applied by you. Plus 2 stacks. Okay, well, that's not really something we do. Emerald Eye, levitating Emerald Eye. Counts as a bare fist. I don't think I'm liking any of these, and they don't seem to really play to our strengths, so I don't know if the green tower is necessary. Plus 100 max life to summoned allies. Ooh, that's really nice. It's only plus 10 armor and some resistances, but that's still worth considering. And then we have these. Inflexibility. On being attacked, apply 5 inflame to yourself, heal yourself. This is a good protective helm. And then we have a sword. I think... Oh, these guys are really weak to astral, which we do technically do. Range 2 death damage. Range 4 poison damage. Oh, that kind of sucks. But I think we should be fine. I think we'll do this because this robe is worth considering. Since we do have... There's 2 ways I could go about this. I could go for equipment that buffs my minions, or I could go for equipment that buffs me and gives me a lot of survivability, and then just kind of rely on my minions to fight for me. But it's worth mentioning, it's worth noting that if my minions don't have the stats to really kind of, you know, fight well, then I'm kind of doomed, right? So I'm gonna put a point into willpower. You know, since we really aren't even coming close to danger, I may as well buff my companions, since they are doing a good job. Just, you know, we'll buff them. Got our Robe of Vigor, and there's our Storm Lance. I'm not going to need the Storm Lance, so I will comfortably sacrifice that for the benefit of our scroll. I am wondering more and more if it wouldn't be a better idea to hoard weapons until I found a weapon that actually benefits my summons. This one's... Oh, they're weak to astral. That's good for us. This guy has astral casting. Range 3 blood damage. I don't know what traits mean. This one is... Ooh, on entrance, summon a Ratman Flourisher. Ooh. Ratman Flourishers are zealous fighters. Whenever a Flourisher dies, you will summon a Ratman Peltist. Total summons limited by... Okay. I think I have to get the rat banner. What's our options? An axe, a shield, which is tempting because it would give us really good survivability. And if chest armor empty, we're not going to do that. So let's go to the mountain. I did read a little bit, and the number one, like, you know, do this. The number one tip is read ahead, read what the levels are offering, and you know, just be smart. So I'm gonna double down on willpower. I love that initial setup is just a lot of fun. This is actually great. I don't have to do anything. Uh-oh. Do I not have to do anything, or okay, we're fine. That was a little dicey, I won't lie. Can we upgrade something? We could upgrade our Shimmer Gang. Summoned amount equals 3 times skill level, but we are limited by our willpower. So what is this? Determines your maximum summoned allies. Grants plus % bonuses to familiars. Per point, 1% chance to recover from each harmful effect. It doesn't really say how many summon allies it gives us is a problem. Like, it says it determines our maximum summoned allies, but I don't know what that means. How many how many summoned allies do I get per willpower point, right? Star priests are loyal acolytes of your personal cult that attack with ranged astral damage. Total... Oh, they do astral damage. Okay. Total summons limited by your willpower. I know this, but like how many? These guys are blurred warriors conjured from starlight. Total summon... Yeah. Summon amount... teleport equals skill level. Summon amount What kind of damage do they do though? Each point spent in astral grants you +2 or 2 astral resistance. Apply on summon, apply meditate to yourself. Meditate applied equals skill level. Per stack +10 damage dealt. 50% removed on step. So we could just like sit around and wait. What is this? Allies become immune to damage dealt by you. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. Per skill level to summon allies, +3 speed, +30 accuracy, and +50 hit. That's really good. Teleport to the closest enemy, apply 5 stasis. There's there's also like I could look at other skill trees, right? These are all available to me, and I'm sure over time I'll get to know some of them. This one would give us a new familiar. Apply Geist form to yourself. When applied, this effect replaces and inherits the stacks of any current transformation. Speed limited to 10, hit set to 1, perform all of your game turn actions on standstill. Per stack, heal 1 and apply 1 freeze to all enemies on game turn if enemies live. Each point spent in ice grants you 2% ice resistance. 5 times skill level. What removes it? Because I'm not really seeing what removes it. Does not tick down effects. That's an interesting one. Oh, it's on prayer. Apply Geist form to yourself. I haven't really been praying at all. Okay, this seems like the obvious one. This is gonna buff our summons in a very powerful way, and also it's gonna benefit us to consider what kind of weapons we have. Right now we're doing astral damage, so that means our allies are immune to astral damage. But for instance, if I had hoarded that lightning staff, I could have made them immune to lightning, which means looking ahead on the next stage is even more meaningful. You picked up a rat banner, okay. But also, it does also mean that currently I benefit like hugely from fighting enemies that do astral damage, because they are just gonna do 0 damage to my summons. And even if they are highly resistant to astral, as long as they're not 100% resistant to astral, that will mean that I will win the endurance run. So for instance, these guys are resistant to lightning damage, and they do lightning damage. These guys are these guys are weak to astral. They do slash damage. They also have 2,000 life, but we do astral damage, so we could maybe take them out. These guys are immune to a lot of things, but not astral damage. These guys are immune to a lot of things, but not astral damage. So this purple tower is viable, but is it worth it? We could get a fire staff that would make our allies immune to fire. What is this? Deal death damage to the closest enemy. Ooh, on standstill. That's an interesting thing. On an ally attacking an enemy, you apply 2 doom to the target. Oh, that sounds amazing, actually. Resist death on dealing death damage. 50% of the damage is dealt again as ice damage. Ooh. So this is really interesting stuff here. I kind of really want to go to the purple tower. This one gives us more resist astral, and then we do astral damage, and on standstill apply 3 meditate to yourself. Deal 20 astral damage to 1 enemy at any range. That's kind of amazing. That also an unspoken rule is the sight of your allies gives you sight of the world by 1 tile. So if they're fighting something at melee, which I think all of my allies do, then then basically we get sight of them. So this staff would make us do some really decent damage to basically everything on the board. But it says only 1 enemy at any range. But no, never mind, because we're also applying meditate to ourselves, and we'll be standing still always. So this means we'll actually rank up damage over time, as long as our allies are alive. So we need them to be alive for this to like really matter. This is an interesting stage, and it's also the safe play. There's some really good stuff here though. Like this on standstill, deal death damage to the closest enemy. So it's the same rules apply, and its damage equals 25 plus 25 times the number of allies. So like right away, I'm just doing a ridiculous amount of damage on standstill. On an ally attacking an enemy, you apply Doom. Doom per stack, deal 5 death damage on being attacked. That's not as good because, well, unless the damage is dealt. Wait a minute. Dealt 5 damage on being attacked. Maybe that oh, okay, that means that when my allies attack them, they'll take more doom damage. Oh, interesting. Oh god, this purple tower is really okay. I kind of have to try it. I really hope this doesn't kill this run, because the run is good right now. So I'm just gonna rank up that meditate. And so far things are going pretty well from what I can tell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's really double down on willpower. That was a good floor. I really enjoyed that floor. I think a lot of our summons just died there, and I'm taking damage. Listen, this is a purple tower. This is a major... It's a major tower. We also shouldn't forget that I have prayers now. Deal 100 astral damage to all enemies in a 4-tile range. Plus 2 charge when you recite the Med Vohu. Plus 1 charge when you enter a new area. This one just heals us, which would be good. We took a little bit of damage there. Actually, can I buy these when I'm... Yeah, in the middle of something? Per skill level to summon allies, plus 3 speed, accuracy, and hit. What does this give us on it? Cost 4 to level up. On summon, summon amount entrance equals 3 times skill level. So this would give us 3 more allies, so long as our willpower allows it. We could do to have that. Let's get... I guess I shouldn't have bought it now, but it's whatever. Maybe actually, did we get 3 more? This guy's gonna be a problem, but he is very weak to astral, so he might take some really decent damage. Oh, our minions are dying. Oh god, that went well. That went well. Okay, I think we have like 1 more floor to go. A lot of this is kind of reliant on the RNG of where we are placed. This one to all enemies, that's not going to really do anything unless I move. Wow, okay. Your glory rises. I'm going to double down on willpower. This guy, wow, he's taking a lot of damage from just like my normal ally. What kind of damage is he's doing? 660 blunt. Now that's a nightmare blunt rotation. All right. This floor is going to scare me a little bit. But that's just because I don't know how good my build is. Oh, there looks to be a lot of enemies. But our minions are doing okay. It would be better if they weren't fighting them like on a 1-to-1 basis and they were hoarding them a little bit. Ah, we did well. Okay. Oh, this is a little nerve-wracking, but we're making it. We're making it through this purple tower. We have protection. That's okay. I'm just gonna keep doubling down on willpower because that's gonna strengthen our allies, and I'm just going to assume that if our allies die, we're done. Wow. How many floors are left? The red flower blooms, stench of rage. This is the floor. This is the final floor. I kind of wish there were options for how our minions act. Like, I'd love them to stay near me. Things are going well. This is the boss. I don't know what he's immune to, or they, or whatever. They are, yeah, I mean, astral damage is really doing well for us, and that's it. That's the purple tower done. You picked up the Mindhunter Sash, a yellow sash worn by Mindhunters of the Salt Waste, the Fire Staff, the Num Sarabara, and the Kidira. So let's do a little bit of tinkering. So first of all, what is our helmet doing for us? Like nothing. So this Kidira is really going to help. That's immediately going to start doing extra damage to everything on the floor. Then this Num Sarabara is going to give us resistance on dealing death damage, which we are going to be dealing. 50% of the damage is dealt again as ice damage. What is our current? Naked. We have no pants. We have no pants. So that's going to do some really good stuff. These Mindhunter Sash, I think, are not going to be as good as the Num Sarabara. So, whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice this Mindhunter Sash. Now, what is our scroll doing? It's giving us accuracy and hit astral, which we don't really do, but it is also summoning a familiar. So that counts for quite a bit. This rat banner also kind of counts for a bit because it's going to give us a summon. And we also do hit blunt. So I think that if I was to wear that, it would make my allies immune to blunt damage. I don't know if that's true, but you know. And we still have this Robe of Vigor. I'm not sure if that's worth taking. On dealing astral fire damage, apply 5 blind to 2 enemies in a 3-tile range. Interesting, but we don't really do that. I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice that hood. This will give us more block. Honestly, the block is maybe the best thing for us. I kind of wish that this thing wasn't doing astral. If I was, you know, if I could find a weapon that did multiple fire weapon or damage types, but not very much damage, that would be kind of like game breaking. But on standstill, deal fire damage to 5 enemies at any range. Oh god, that's actually really good. On kill, deal fire damage to 1 enemy in a 2-tile range. That's kind of good too. Really hard to kind of give up the scroll because we do get a summon, but we can get more summons. Genin are powerful spirits of astral flame. Summoned familiars are not limited. Oh wait, sorry, summoned familiars are not limited by your willpower. What? Wait, what? No, wait, what? Total summons limited by our willpower. Okay. So it's different. It works completely differently. Huh. Okay. There's a couple of ways I could go about this, and I think you'll agree that it's a difficult decision to make, including this Robe of Vigor, which would give us quite a lot of resistance and also gives extra max life to our summon allies, which would make them a lot tankier, versus this, which doesn't really help. It gives us dodge, it gives us survivability, but it doesn't give our allies survivability. So I'm going to go ahead and swap to this. I really hope that doesn't end up hurting us. I'll keep our Robe of Light for now, but I have a funny feeling that the decision to swap now isn't really going to, like, there's no point to keep the Robe of Light, because if this decision is wrong, the only time we're going to find out is when we die, basically, because the most relevant that the Robe of Light is ever going to be is when there's an enemy like right next to us. This does give us resistances, and it gives us on standstill. All allies gain plus 50 max life. What? Oh, if I had read that, I would have. Never mind. We're sacrificing the Robe of Light. This Robe of Vigor is just ridiculously good. So the only difficult decision I have now is swapping to a different Total summons limited by your willpower. Is swapping to a different weapon. I'm gonna keep my weapon for now, but I'm not gonna buff it because I want to consider other things. So this was a huge boon. This could actually be a really good run depending on how things go. This guy is resistant to lightning. This guy is resistant to a lot of things, including death damage, which we do deal, but is also they're also very weak to ice, which we do technically do ice. And then we have the poison and blood, and same deal, thunder eggs laid by a living storm. Interesting. I think the thing I really want to avoid are stages with ranged enemies, because they stand the best chance to hurt our summons, I think. So what is our on dealing ice damage 50% of well, we already have really good pants. What is this going to give us? Pants, 2 weapons. On adjacent attack, deal astral damage. I don't know, it's kind of a toss up. I think both of these are kind of meh. So let's go for this. I love it. I love how this is going. For a first episode, honestly, this is going much, much better than I could hope for. Our allies are being buffed by my robe. Kind of want to get some more dexterity. I'm a little bit scared that if I ever take a hit, then I will be in deep trouble. So I want to get some more. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! I didn't realize there were still enemies on the board. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. Took a little bit of damage there. It's a good sign that my minions are not like dying. They're mostly just like taking things out. Also, good to know, my minions are also ranged. Hemlock sash. Sash woven from vile plants of the northern filth valleys. I love that. Amethyst fox. I don't think I'm gonna care about any of these, so I guess I will sacrifice these. Are we missing? We have nothing on our arms, so it's really worth noting that we stand to benefit hugely from getting any kind of armor. You see? Do you see? On attack? No, that's not great. Robe of Dreams. Nah. Crimson Staff on prayer. Apply bleed to all enemies. But it's within a 3-tile range. Deals damage, slash damage to all adjacent units. These are all kind of whatever, so we should really just focus on survivability. This guy is range 4 fire damage. Not a huge fan of that. What are the other ones? Death damage and pierce damage. I can deal with that. Also, this guy is weak to astral, so let's go for it. And they're not ranged as far as I know. I love that we're healing all of our allies. Every single it's just amazing. This is really good. We leveled up. I haven't done anything. Let's take some more willpower. Again, our survivability really relies on how well our minions survive. The worst case scenario is if I'm like put in a position where I'm taking damage like on turn 1 and I can't really do anything about it. So we got ourselves a sash knife. We do have some points to spend, but I kind of want to get another point in Star Cult. This one will give per skill level to summon allies extra accuracy and hit. So this will greatly buff their damage. But I do kind of want to get another Star Cult. Per stack. So this one gives us meditate as well. Which is plus 10 damage dealt. This doesn't really do that much. I mean, the Star Cults are good. Are they range? Are they the ones that range, or is it the Shimmer Gang? I think it's probably the Star Cult. Anyway, this is not a decision we have to make right away. These guys are resistant to astral. Terrible. Don't like it. And they're in 2 of our choices right now. This guy is weak to astral. This guy is resistant to a lot of things, but not astral. But let's have a look at the rewards. No. Okay. So we're going to go down here. There's a lot of weapons being offered, but nothing that really matters too much to me. I'm going to pay close attention to what enemies are doing damage. Okay, so the star cultists are the ones that do ranged. They seem to do ranged along with our Janin. What does it say? Range 2. And then these are range 5. Oh my god. The star cultists are really good. Why was there like a leftover kind of effect there? Scales off equipped weapons. 1% chance to block. 90% maximum. Let's take more willpower. I'm gonna really need to double down on how many things I can summon, because otherwise the willpower is kind of like going to waste. Okay, go my minions, fight. This was a really good build to start with. I'm very grateful I stumbled upon this and that like everything's just kind of worked out. Resistant to a lot of things. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, I'm just looking for... Okay, this guy is resistant to astral. That's bad for us. But nothing else is... Oh, this guy's got 10,000 life. Oh, God. Whew. Could still be worth doing if the rewards are good. Taurus, huh? No, they're not really. Versus this, which is just a dude. 6,000 life. I mean, that's kind of rough. I really wish they would offer us some armor. Like some arm slots. But I'm gonna bypass the Tower of Doom. Wait, are these guys ranged? I didn't check that. No, they're not. Which is great for us, because that means we can just swarm them. Amazing. Oh, I moved. I didn't realize we were not done. Wild Club, Bone Pacarna, and Sire Shield. What would happen if we were to wield the shield? Main hand is two-handing. So right now we have nothing in our offhand. This would give us resistance to fire and poison, gain 50% block chance. On block, apply corrosion. What does encumbrance do? Negative speed and dodge. Encumbrance if greater than strength per point. So currently our speed is being hampered. -2 per point of encumbrance above strength. And our strength is 2 and our encumbrance is 4. Okay, so yeah, we're losing a little bit of speed. And if I was to wear this, our speed would be tanked completely. Still, it's interesting. I really wish we could get a different weapon. Like, this is a fine weapon. It gives us a familiar, which is fine. But, like, I just want something else. What is this sacrifice to? The scroll. Okay, that makes sense. Is that the end of the stage? Oh, we have 7 points. Can we? Yeah, we can put a point in Star Cult. So let's go ahead and do that. Prestige class available. Arch Magus. On standstill, perform 100 damage hit against 2 enemies in a 5-tile range. This hit bypasses all defenses and uses your main hand damage type. Apply 1 meditate to yourself. Okay, this is amazing. Requires 25 points in astral, which we do have. Or Paragon. On standstill, apply 2 anoint to yourself. On applying a non-harmful effect, non-transformation effect to yourself. Apply the same effect to a random ally. Applied stacks equal current stacks of that effect on you. Interesting. So wait a minute. So we would apply anoint to ourselves. And anoint is per stack plus 20 hit plus 10 dodge. So a non-harmful, non-transformation effect to yourself. Does that mean that we would effectively give anoint to all of our allies? That would give them extra dodge per standstill and extra hit. Versus Archmagus, which is it does good on apply and meditate, deal 100 damage in a path to one enemy at any range. This does some really nice damage, I will say. This deals 100 damage per turn, basically. I don't know if this stacks with the number of stacks of meditate I'm putting on myself, because I am putting a lot of meditate stacks on myself. Worth noting that if we're applying meditate to ourselves, are we not also applying it to our allies? Which would mean that if we get Paragon, if we're applying meditate to all of our allies, we would be effectively giving them plus 10 damage dealt. Paragon seems really good, but I really hope I'm not misunderstanding how it works. Archmagus seems really good. This bypass... This is a really difficult decision. What's this one? Liturgist. Requires 20 points in any cult. Oh, interesting. Including Star Cult, huh? That would be really hard to pull off. I really like Paragon. It really, really buffs our allies. I'm gonna try it. Become a Paragon. All right. We've done it. I was kind of hoping it would change the look of ourselves a little bit, but I'll go ahead and heal ourselves. I don't think there's any reason not to. So hold on. Grace, per stack, take -5 damage, deal 5 astral damage to the attacker on being attacked. I don't see Grace being applied to our allies. We got Anoint. Aha! Yes, our allies have Anoint. At least one of them does. This guy's got Grace. So it doesn't seem to apply to all of our allies, which is interesting. But it does apply to our allies. However, Meditate doesn't. But then again, we're not applying Meditate to ourselves. Why not? What was applying Meditate to ourselves? I don't know. We were getting Meditate. I'm not sure what stopped that from happening. Okay, so this thing is resistant to a lot of things, but not astral. They are also melee range. Hunt, shrug, summon one hatchling. I don't think that's gonna happen. Emerald Cure, it's got a lot of resistances though, worth mentioning. Oh, arm. Gloves. Wait, are gloves a different thing? No, they are not. So these are our first glove items. Resist psychic on being attacked. They're not great. They're not actually that great. Boulder Fist. Glove formed from living stone worn by a mountain king before the building of the temple lands. I think that this is a weapon. Versus this, plus 10 speed, plus 5 speed to summoned allies. This is, On dealing astral damage, 50% of the damage is dealt again as a lightning damage. And we resist lightning and astral. These guys are weak to astral. These guys are just, they're not immune. So we could do that. These skin priests are ranged though. Death damage. Not great, but not terrible. See the remains of a crude. Okay, let's do this desert. Oh yeah, we get a bunch of meditate. Does that mean our allies get meditate? Oh yeah, this guy got 36 meditate, but they're gonna be removed on step, right? They're getting anoint. I hesitate to say this because I really am bad at these games, and I don't fully understand how they work. So, but it really kind of feels like a one run. It just feels like things are going very, very well for myself. But I always think that, and then I suddenly die, and I don't know why. I probably should be putting more points into like vigor. Honestly, we could put some points into strength so that we get a bit more encumbrance. Negates encumbrance, sorry, less encumbrance. Raises minimum speed. But then again, I don't know, does that really benefit us? Like, it'll benefit us when the first thing that can hit us does hit us. 20 dodge, 20 block. Let's take some dexterity. Our minions are, they're strong enough. It's time to put some, invest a little bit in our survival. Just a little bit. I love that. Is that it? That was pretty quick. Okay, so our pants right now are doing on dealing death damage, deal some like ice damage, and then we resist death and ice. Versus this one, we would resist more astral, which I'm pretty sure we're already resisting a lot of astral. But when we deal astral damage, 50% of the damage is dealt again as lightning. I don't think that really matters, and I also don't think it counts like ally damage. I don't think that counts. So both of these are kind of whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice this robe. I really don't want to sacrifice all these weapons to make our main weapon good, because I don't really trust that we aren't still gonna find a weapon that's better. I think I'd rather have 10% in 2 different resistances than double down on astral, so I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice this. The shield is interesting, and I kind of am tempted to like oh, that's interesting. We have 0 resistance in some things. I'm very tempted to raise our strength just to use this shield, but then again, I mean, does it really? Yeah, I don't know if it's really gonna do much for us. Anyway, let's have a look at our next thing. So we've got this guy, big lad, poison damage, lots of rewards. If chest, no, nope, no. On standstill, deal blunt damage to all units in a 4-tile range. Actually, not terrible. On step per, nope. Versus resistance, pretty good resistance on being attacked by an, no. In theory, we're never going to be attacked. Deal on standstill, deal poison damage to all enemies in a 3-tile range. On dealing poison damage, deal death damage in a path to 1 enemy. I don't really care for that. And also, I'd have to fight a dude who's resistant to astral. This guy is also resistant to astral. Hate that. Not a huge fan of that. But what do we get? Nope. Per point of encumbrance, deal 5 physical damage. We also are our robe is like our best thing for us, and so is our helmet. So I don't think I care about those. I guess I'll go for this because I mean these guys have 6,000 health, but they there's only 1 of them, and I mean I don't think that they can take out my minions. There's 3 of them. There's 4 of them actually. There's 7 of them. That's the closest to afraid I've been in a long time, and I in fact put a point into willpower just because of that fear. But look at all the things we got. All right, so we have a lapis gate where we'd have to fight this. Oh, heck yeah, bud! Weak to astral, and we get some gloves. And resistant to ice is like the best thing about them. Then we get a bunch of other things that on standstill, if enemies live, perform all of your game turn actions. What? That's interesting. Kind of interested in that one. Well, this seems like the obvious one, but let's have, no, never mind. I mean, like, what is this guy? Resistant to nothing. These guys are very weak to astral. But like, look at the rewards on this one. There's just ridiculous rewards. These guys have a lot of health, And oh, they have 20 range. Didn't see that one before. That's scary, and I don't like it. Even though they're weak to astral, something tells me that this guy would destroy us. I don't know what it is, but I just get a really bad feeling from it. Just a really, really bad feeling from it. So I'm gonna play it really safe. I'm gonna take the coward's route out. I know they were weak to astral, I know, and I know we have range too, but just imagine a scenario in which they can, for some reason, I don't know why, they can hit us from across the map, and I can't do anything about it. Wouldn't that just be the worst? Wouldn't that, like, if I was to just really, like, double down on my hubris and make a horrible mistake that cost us the run, which could potentially be a win on the first episode, wouldn't that just, like, that would ruin my day. I'd hate that. All right, so far so good. I don't like that our melee dudes are having to go all the way around, like the long way around, but so far it's going fine. Get some more willpower. We have 20 willpower. Kind of want to get another point in Star Cult, because the Star Cults they're really good. But then again, I could just get another point in Innervation, which gives them just makes them do more damage. Yeah, let's do that for now, and then we'll save up for Shimmer Gang, because they're good too. I don't want to underplay that. I really don't like how many things we have that just aren't working for us. Meditate is no longer reduced on step. That's interesting. This is if chest armor is empty. No. I don't like that. Zasha knife. Sesha knife, I guess. I just don't really like any of these, and I still don't really like our scroll. I guess if I double down on our scroll, at least we get block. On standstill, deal blunt damage to all units in a 4-tile range. I mean, this honestly sounds better in some ways than what we've been doing. And it also gives us some really good resistances, which we get nothing from on the scroll. I understand that we get our Janine Familiar. Do we need the Janine Familiar, though? Are they really all that? Are they really that good? Let's try wielding this. Wait a minute. Can we wield it in our second hand? What would happen if we wielded both of these? Technically, right now we're doing astral and blunt damage. Would that make our allies immune to blunt? Divides speed, divides willpower damage bonus. Inflexibility if greater than 1 per point. Not sure what that means. Part of me doesn't want to mess with a good thing right now, but another part of me really wants to find out what happens when I wield both of these at one time. Earth Staff is also range 4, so we would actually like participate in combat. Okay, what do we got? These lads resistant to astral damage. Don't like it. What do we get though? We finally get some gloves. Except, no, we don't. Physical damage. I mean, technically, we do physical damage, and then we apply sickness to target. Interesting. Versus, well, no matter what we do, we're going to be fighting someone who's resistant to astral, and these guys are range 5, so I'm not a huge fan. If I'm going to fight someone who's resistant to astral, I may as well fight someone who can only fight at melee range. So, and then we would actually get some gloves. So let's go ahead and do this. This is tough, though. I mean, this is the problem with putting a lot of your eggs in one basket. The fact that we're fighting anything that's resistant to astral, I mean, that's where a majority of our damage is coming from. So it's a little bit scary. I'm gonna continue doubling down on willpower. Even though we don't have more summons, it gives them healing and it gives them more health and good stuff. What is this? We finally got our third prayer. Deal 200 astral damage to the closest enemy. Repeat per stack of grace. We have currently no stacks of grace. If I had the ability to stack more stacks of grace on myself, then that might mean something, but I actually do not. Okay, this is fine. These guys are not a big deal. In fact, they're kind of nothing. But as soon as I meet the purple lads, these lads in particular, things are going to get very scary. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it went very well, actually. I guess because we also do blunt damage. We got our golden greaves, we got our emerald gauntlets. We still don't have anything on our gloves, so let's go ahead and we wear these. On dealing death damage, these would give us more immunity to physical damage, but it also ups our encumbrance by a lot. Oh, what's this? Divides speed. Divides willpower damage bonus. Inflexibility, if greater than 1 per point, 25% block scales equipment. How do we influence the certain powers? How do we lower our inflexibility? Your inflexibility is above 1, usually due to certain equipped armor. Your speed and willpower damage bonus are heavily penalized, while your block is raised. Oh, I see. The emerald gauntlets are +1 in flexibility. And they are currently the only thing doing that. So I might have to not wear them. This one also increases our inflexibility. Let's go ahead and unequip them and see what happens. Inflexibility is fine now. That's kind of a bummer. But I'd rather not lose our willpower bonus. 10% damage dealt divided by inflexibility. You know, the thing is that we don't really do all that much damage. So I don't know. Per stack, -10 hit, dealt 5 damage. Let's wear it and see what happens. I like to see what happens, you know? So what do we got? We got this guy again. Ugh. And a different kind of gauntlet. And then we've got these dudes. 8,000 health. Astral Flame. Conduit of the Ancient Destroyer God Agni. 10 range. Oh god. We got some ranged lads, and that does not bode well. Versus this guy who has got 20 range. Don't like that either. So I'm going to go here. Again, I'm going to play it safe. I don't want to see... I don't want to push my luck against that other dude. I'm going to go ahead and up our dexterity because I'm starting to fear. I'm starting to go up against enemies that could potentially hit us. And I don't know if the... Oh, is that it? I don't know if the AI is smart enough to basically zero in on us. Like, if they can reach us, would they, like, target us specifically? Because that would, like, lose me the game. I don't know. Look at all the sickness we're dealing, though. I'm gonna continue getting some dexterity. I have a funny feeling the comments are going to be like, why did you put so many points into dexterity? It didn't actually help you at all, which is fair. I'll tell you what I am going to do, though. Our helmet is like, yeah, deals death damage. I'm 100% going to sacrifice any and all helmets. Deal psychic damage to all enemies in a 2-tile range. No. I want to... I like our Kadira. It's really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and double down on that. Okay, we have enough points for more Shimmer Gang. Let's get some Shimmer Gang. Our Astral is now 32. Kind of wild. Maybe it's a bad idea to double down on so much on like one skill tree. Ooh, weak to Astral. only range 1. This is good. These guys are not immune to astral, so that's good stuff. Good candidate. These guys are not immune to astral, and they're both range 1. This guy is 7,000 health. They're all pretty good. These are all pretty good. I'm gonna go for this one because these guys are gonna get torn up by our astral. We make a lot of summoned lads now. I can almost like mash the stand still button, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty good feeling. Okay. Let's honestly, I'm thinking like things are going well. I don't see how they could go too badly so long as I'm smart. So let's just kind of like, you know, blow through this a little bit. Watch me, like, as soon as I start mashing the wait key, that's how I die, you know? Watch. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, no! Why did I say it? No! Ah! The one dude who managed to break through, and it was the wait time between presses was too much. I can't believe I lost. There is absolutely no reason I had to lose there. If I just like stepped away, I'm sure I would have been fine. This guy was melee range. He was melee range and he was almost dead, and I could have healed. I could have done so many things. Ah, god damn it. God damn it. That was a one run and I threw it away. I always do this. I always do that. See? If you're gonna learn one thing from me, just learn never, like, nothing is certain. Do not ever mash the wait key because you think that it's just you're undefeatable. Never do it. That's how every time I've ever lost a game that was like a sure thing win, it's because of that. So, god damn it. Well, we unlocked the Reaver and the Peltest and the Ninhurs and the Formus. We unlocked a lot of things. Those were two of those things were gods. It's a real bummer that yeah, whatever. It is what it is. All right, well, this is I guess these episodes are gonna run long because the game. I mean, it's not gonna run as long as like a net hack, but it is, or or like an add-on, because the game. Those games are like RPGs basically, and they take multiple hours to play through. But they're still gonna be like hour-long episodes. So I guess if you're down for that, great. I hope that you enjoy it. We'll see how many of these I can really kind of record. We'll see. But if you did enjoy this, please, hit the like button. Consider subscribing for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.